Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by to check out yet another video. I appreciate you coming in. Stampin-UP has started a COVID-19 campaign and they released, it was either yesterday or the day before, they're calling it the Share Sunshine PDF. And what it is 15 pages of different sentiments that are very well suited for the times, and I will show them to you here in just a little bit. So for 15 pages, you pay the $12, and then you can download the PDF, and you can print all of these sentiments, and then you can use your own framelits or punches to punch the sayings out. And what I'm going to share with you today is that PDF so that you can see the sentiments, and then I've made 3 cards today that I would like to quickly just talk you through to give you some ideas. So let's get started. So this is the Share Sunshine PDF when you print it off. And what it's showing you here is by page number, the coordinating colors that go with that page and some of the different dies that will fit those sentiments. So after those first two pages, you get into the sentiments, and mine are a little bit of a wreck because of course I've gone through and cut several of them out today. But I just wanted to show you, quickly go through these. Here's Wish This Were a Real In-Person Hug. Sending hugs from a distance. I can't wait to hug you now. I think this is particularly funny. I'd totally share my toilet paper with you. Let's just roll with it. Wash your hands. You can be reminding people to wash their hands. I'm smiling under this face mask. I can't wait to social undistance with you. My hands miss feeling moisturized and my heart misses you. There are just so many. I'm really all here, just socially distant. Spread joy, not germs. Here's a little quarantini, your little glass martini with some olives in it. Things I miss, touching my face and you. What a year this week has been. Boy, we can all relate to that, can't we? So there's just several more pages of these. One of my favorites is on the first card that I'm going to share with you today. So let me set these things aside and get that out for you. Okay, here's my first card. I used a smoky slate card base. It is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Excuse me. And the really funny sentiment I chose is I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas to send you this card. That just is perfect for what I've been doing. So like I said, the base is smoky slate. Then I used Lovely Lipstick, which is a color that is going to be retiring the beginning of June. And it is cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I just wanted a very small border here, so not the usual cutting. And then this beautiful paper is from the Country Club DSP. That's in the Occasions catalog. And I have that cut for you. I did not write it down, but it is, let me grab a ruler here for you. It is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And so this is the Argyle print from the Country Club DSP. These little leaves came from a framelit set, Nature's Thoughts dies. Now these dies were available back during Celebration when we had the coordination products. And this is the framelit set that goes with Positive Thoughts. And so it was orderable then. It is no longer available. For all of my classmates who will be doing my May card kit, we're going to be using Positive Thoughts, and you will be able to order the framelits to go with that set starting in June. Let's see. So the leaves are from that set. My little heart I stamped here is from another set that's in the Occasions catalog. It's called Last a Lifetime, and it has 2 different sizes of heart stamps here. I used the smaller one, and I did it in the Lovely Lipstick as well to tie that in. Okay, let's look at the inside here. Oh, the framelit I used here to cut out my sentiment is from this die set, which I really like. It's called Stitched So Sweetly Dies, and I used this one inside here, the second one in. These lovely scallop frames. This set is just going to get a lot of use. So that's currently available in the Occasions catalog as well. Then on the inside, I got so excited about this. This beautiful framelit is from the Positive Thoughts, or the Nature's Thoughts dies, and I had a strip of that Argyle DSP, and I cut it horizontally, and I just love that pattern that came out. And rather than getting my white mat here for the inside, I quickly added it to the sentiment and put it down, and then I went, okay, you forgot to put the mat in. But I thought this paper cardstock is light enough, I'll still be able to write my message here. And I just love this sentiment. It says, miss you, hoping that by staying home, more things change than my pajamas. So by staying in, hopefully we are squashing this virus, and we'll soon be able to get out. So that is the first card that I did. Again, I'm just kind of gravitating towards those neutrals, but I'm quickly about to change that as I share with you the second card I did. It was inspired by my friend Lori Heiling. She came up with this little mask for the pig, and I thought it was so adorable. So I watched her video. She is with Confessions of a Stamping Addict, and her name is Lori Heiling. And I don't know if you can see, but on the mask there's little score lines to make it look like a real mask. And then I just used white twine, baker's twine, to wrap around his face on the back side there. This little square, did I write it down? It's very, very small. So when I made a strip of it, I did a rather long strip because I may make some more of these, but I did a really long strip, and then I did my 3 score lines. These are 1/8 of an inch apart. And this measures roughly 3/4 of an inch. Whoops, I'm sorry, that's not right. 5/8 of an inch. And then of course by your strip, and then whatever animal or who you're putting it on, you could cut this in a straight line to make his mask smaller, which is what I did. I just cut straight on this side of the line to make his little mask. I put just my regular adhesive on the back of the mask, and then I took my baker's twine in an X pattern and attached it to the back of the mask. This little guy's piggy head is a second one. So I stamped the pig image twice, colored the body, and then I cut the head off of another one I had colored and popped him up on here. He is colored in Flirty Flamingo. I made him a really brighter pink because that's what goes with this designer series paper. And that designer series paper is the Tropical Oasis, and it is in the Occasions catalog right now. So get you some of that if you like that. I thought a tropical pig, how fun. And then down here, I stamped my dirt a little bit too dark, but this says This Little Piggy. And then when we flip to the inside, this was one of the sentiments off of the PDF, and this says, just breathe, but wear your mask. And I put a 1 1/4 inch strip of the pineapple paper on the right side of the mat. And then I just took some more of that baker's twine to make that look like a mask. And I also scored it just very lightly 3 times across there to make it look like a mask. I just thought that was too cute. These are the nested stitched dies, and those are current as well. And I like how I used it here and then made it here. It's the shape of a mask. Okay, if you will be wanting to order any of these items, I do have a host code, and Mr. Mike will put that at the bottom of the video right now, and so you can take advantage of that. This just helps. I will have my May hostess. She earns all of the orders that are placed for the month of May, and so if you order starting now with that host code, if you order now with that host code, she will get credit for that for our May classes that we'll be doing online, and she'll get credit for that and earn the hostess free dollars. So I know she would appreciate your help with that. So Mr. Mike has the hostess code below, and then I always have up here my Ruthie Grain. My website is stampinarkansas.stampinup.net. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention on this strip, this is So Saffron. This is a 1 inch, 1 1/4, I think. Nope, 1 inch. A 1 inch strip of So Saffron, and it might be hard to see here, but I ran it through the subtle embossing folder. I just love that embossing folder. It puts just a light texture on there and just really gives it some depth. So that's our piggy card. Okay, and this card base was Flirty Flamingo. Let's see. This card base is a little different. As you see, it opens up. I have an extra little space here. So my card base measures 8 inches by 5.5. And I scored at 3 3/4. That's what allows it to open up a little shorter than normal. Okay, because normally we score at 4 1/4. So this would be scored at 3 3/4. That will leave you a little bit showing here. And what goes better with pigs than pineapple? For the mud down here, I used this stamp, which came from the Painted Poppies set, which is current in the Occasions catalog right now. It just made a nice little splattering of mud through there. And I used soft suede, and I would recommend you use crumb cake because I almost covered up this little piggy. Okay, so that was my second card. Let me pull in the third card that I did. Is also inspired by Lori Heiling. I kind of changed the card up. This is our wonderful cows coming back into play. This is from the set Over the Moon, and it is in the annual catalog. Over the Moon, with these adorable cows on it. And Lori Heiling, who is very talented, came up with this cute little card. Now, I think her card, this is an opening card from bottom to top, and then this was just a piece of cardstock put on the front with the tufted embossing folder. And what I did, this card does not open up, so this is just like the card base bottom. This measures 5.5 by 4 1/4. But it's more like a postcard. I just put the designer series paper right on there. That's from our tulips that we have. And then this strip is 2 3/4 by 6 inches, and I scored it at 4 1/8. So if you see right here, well, and then it's tucked behind this designer series paper. So it's 6 inches long, so it only came to about here. And then I scored at 4 1/8. And I tucked it behind the designer series paper, so it just creates this flap on the front. And then I wanted to have white paper to write on, so I cut this 2 3/4 inches wide as well. Let me tell you a little trick. I cut this 2 3/4 by 4, and I put my adhesive on it, and I laid the paper, so pretend this is white. I laid it up here with the adhesive all around the edges here, and then when I closed it, it put that white paper right there where I wanted it. When I opened, it was stuck here. So that's how I did that, to make sure that fit perfectly behind that flap door. Then the cow is just like Lori Heiling did hers, and chose the sentiment, though miles apart, we're close at heart. And I just colored the cow with my blends. He is popped up with a dimensional behind here, along with his little heart conversation cloud there, has one dimensional behind that. And it just opens up, and this was one of the other sentiments. It says, wish this were a real in-person hug. And I just took a scrap of my black cardstock that was laying around and put it behind. So that's my third card that I did today. And Lori Heiling, thank you for your inspiration. I love your work, and I hope everyone will give a try with these. If you have these sets and use different papers, I would appreciate it if you post on the YouTube page or on my Facebook page with a picture of your work so that I can give you credit for it. And I love to see what you're doing. If you have any questions, of course, you can always get in touch with me. My email address is stampinarkansas@gmail.com. And if you want to order, again, that hostess code is down at the bottom. Mr. Mike will put that there again, and you can order any of these items and get busy. I hope you'll order the PDF and make good use of that. Forgot to mention the two charities that Stampin' Up! Is they're giving every penny of that $12 to two different organizations. And when you order the PDF, it will go in your cart. And when you pay for it, it will ask you which organization you want to donate to, or if you want all of the $12 to go to one of the organizations. These are the two organizations, the World Health Organization COVID Solidarity Response Fund. And the second one is United Way Worldwide's COVID-19 Community Response and Recovery Fund. Again, you can donate every penny of that $12 to one of those, or they can split it for you. So I'm glad Stampin' Up! Is doing their part to help with the COVID-19. And with these sentiments, you'll be ready to go and make lots of cards to send out to family and friends and to encourage them. Thank you for stopping by. Leave a comment for me, won't you? I love to see them. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.